This is my Levain bucket. This is the Levain. This Levain, I encourage you getting attuned to the way it looks, feels, smells throughout its stages. And at that point you'll recognize when it's right for what you want to do with it. Well, for when to use it in a mix, or sometimes you might notice that it's starting to smell a little funky. It's just good to use your sense of smell to stay in touch with your Levain. I reuse the same bucket as long as I'm continually feeding the Levain. So if I'm baking frequently, every day, several days a week, then this Levain will get fed once every day. I do it in the morning, as I describe in the book. If, however, you just want to bake bread from this or make pizza dough from this just one time a week, then you build up the Levain. It's a 2-day refresh, but you store it in the refrigerator. And storing it involves just you take a big hunk out of here, you put it in a plastic bag that's slightly moistened, and you put it in the fridge. And it'll hold in there for at least a month. I've done this myself several times. And then when you need to restore it, I specifically outline in the book how to do it. It's a 2-day process to bring it back to life so you're ready to mix another dough with it. But it's a nice way to be able to bake with Levain at home when you're not baking every day without being a slave to the schedule of, oh, I gotta feed the Levain another morning, it's wasteful, the flour cost, yada, yada, yada. When you do feed this Levain, basically what happens is you're going to throw away all but about 100 grams of the Levain culture, and you're going to feed it with fresh flour and water. Now, it might seem like it's wasteful to throw away the Levain, but you need to think of it as spent fuel. It's done its job. If you hold on to too much of the Levain, the next time you feed it, you're going to have too sour. The bread, the flavors are going to be too sour. What you need to do when you feed the Levain is get into sync with what ends up being the right ratio of mature Levain with fresh flour that the yeast in the old Levain culture will feed on, will make new gas, it'll make new bacteria, it'll keep the culture going. And that's just part of maintaining a Levain, is feeding it, storing it, throwing away some of it, and letting it make wonderful bread and wonderful pizza for you. When you do store it, then you know, and you have an empty bucket because you're not feeding it every day, then you can clean your bucket. But while you're feeding it on a regular basis, I like this kind of bucket that has a nice patina to it. There's a lot of flora in there that contributes to the fermentation. There's no need to wash that out. Happy baking.